Hi again. This is going to finish up our discussion about Chapter 10 on opinion essays. Part B, we're going to talk about supporting details. We're going to talk about quotations and stuff, and a few other good sort of things to get you going on your essay. To finish this, you're going to learn how to use quotations and statistics, I can get that out, as supporting details, and punctuate quotations correctly, following the pages 230 to 235 of your book. When's it helpful to use a quotation in the opinion? Let's think about that. Maybe when we talk about maybe an opinion, go back to our thing about Donald Trump being a traitor, we could, since I'm not a constitutional law scholar, we might want to think about looking up somebody who is, maybe look up the definition of what is treason and use that to support our opinion. Statistics, if we were doing something about smoking, I just had in my other class a essay about smoking. We might want to use articles about how the percentage of teens that are smoking or the percentage of people smoking get lung disease from the Centers for Disease Control or American Lung Association or a few other places like that. So that's, talk about that. So supporting details, okay? We assign college professors, you're going to see this as you get into your curriculum courses later, research papers that require the use of outside sources, books and articles. In Comp 5, I just taught them how to access the Wake Tech Library. The resource is there. It's on, if you want to look at that at some point, I do have it on a YouTube page. Get with me and I'll send you the link. There are special procedures for using information from outside sources. Most times you're going to be using MLA, modern language. That's the way you're formatting your papers right now, but there are certain ways about when you cite things and make a work cited. We're not going to get too bogged down in that. I teach that in Comp 5, but beware, you are going to be talking about that when you get to your curriculum courses. It is a very important thing. There's something called plagiarism that I talked about in making the assignment about not citing sources and how that is a serious academic offense. And I don't want you guys to get into trouble. I don't like giving zeros for it. In many other countries, especially when I was teaching in Asia, China and South Korea, where I was for many years, copying and not citing sources was kind of par for the course, and students didn't understand it. Let me tell you, give you a little warning here. I know students who have come to the U.S. who have wound up at universities such as Duke and who have lasted maybe a semester or a year at most because they were caught cheating and they were thrown out of school and sent back to their countries. It is taken seriously in this country. This presentation is going to talk about procedures for quotations and statistics as supporting details. Those are going to be the bigger things in an opinion paper. Quotations can be used as part of the support a topic sentence. You can see here, my neighbor's 17-year-old son said, I have a part-time job in a fast food restaurant. I often work till 9:30 to 10 p.m. and I shouldn't have to worry about being stopped by police on my way home. I was talking about the curfews that we were talking about in the last presentation. This young man is not causing problems for anyone. He says, I'm just trying to be responsible and earn money for college. Use a reporting phrase. He, she says, she said, he stated, he added, he continued, they reported. Use a reporting phrase before, after, or in the middle of a quotation. You could say, Lawrence Tribe said that in an interview that by condoning the Russians putting bounties on American soldiers, Donald Trump committed treason. We talk about Lawrence Tribe. He's actually a very good constitutional scholar at Harvard. Use a reporting phrase in any verb tense. Doesn't matter. Use a comma to separate the reporting phrase from the quotation. Please do that. If I find something that's without being noted, that's going to be plagiarism. Another useful reporting phrase, according to the New York Times, yesterday there were 70,000 new cases of coronavirus reported. Remember to use quotation marks. Here are some examples. I have a part-time job. He said He said, I have a part-time job. I plan to go to college. He said, according to the police commander, Victor Hernandez, in general, according to the New York Times. Begin each quoted sentence with a capital letter, but, when a quoted sentence is separated into two parts, begin the second part with a lowercase letter. You can see the example here. Commas, periods, and quotation marks go inside the ending quotation mark. In Comp 5, I'm seeing this all the time. It is a big problem. I've talked about it, but so now you know about it. Give the quoted person's title, occupation, or other identifying information. New York Times columnist Maureen Dowd said, my neighbor's son, a teen with a part-time job. Lawrence Tribe, a constitutional scholar at Harvard Law School. An easy way to provide identifying information is to put the information in the positive. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, pages 129, 130. Here is some examples. If in a positive is just extra, you need to set it aside with commas. Again, this is a review from what we did a couple weeks ago. Do not set it aside if it's essential. Do not set it aside with commas. I think we did this in chapter 7, so here's our example. Writing tips, quotations. They are an excellent source of supporting details, but they require explanation. Hey, just because I say Donald Trump is a traitor, hey, I'm no expert. Yeah, I do have a master's in political science. I have studied it a little bit, but I'm not being published in the Harvard Law Review. Don't just add a quotation as a supporting detail. Be sure you make a connection between the quotation and your own ideas. Very important. And then see body paragraph 2 on page 223, 224 to see how to integrate the quotation. Statistics. I'll tell you an old joke. There's an old line that says there are lies, damn lies, and statistics. I can use statistics to show that the moon is made of green cheese. Donald Trump is very good at manipulating statistics to say the coronavirus isn't in the U.S. We are going to talk about that. Quotations, statistics are an excellent supporting detail. You can gather them online through library research or conducting a survey. There's a whole course on this. One of my favorite courses in grad school was statistics. Right now with the presidential campaign, I follow the polls, but I go deeper. I learned in my statistics course how to conduct the polls, how to tell the polls are reliable. If you want to follow the election with the polls that says Joe Biden's at 55% to 40%, and you say, well, go and look at how they conducted the poll. It's a whole science. I find it fascinating. The math, though, is ridiculously hard. Don't worry about the math. Just try to understand it. And you see how an example, statistics prove that college students, according to a survey of our class, according to the Centers for Disease Control, according to the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post polled 1,200 likely voters, and you see here how they do that. So I say there's a whole course on it. It's fascinating. I love it. You might find it it's really geeky, but I really like it. That's why if you want to say why did the polls so wrong in 2016 with the election, their methodology wasn't as solid as it should have been. And if you really look at the numbers were within what's called the margin of error. Margin, which means maybe you said Hillary Clinton was up 45% to 43%, but it had a margin of error plus or minus 3%. So that's how you can get Donald Trump winning. And plus the uniqueness of our political system and how we elect presidents caused that to change. Because actually the popular vote statistics were pretty close to right, but in the specific states, and that's where the problem is. The polling in the individual states was not that good. Here we go. Conducting a survey research is interesting. It's a whole, again, it's an art. It's an art. It's not a science, it's an art to create the valid questions. You see these up all the time. They pop up. How a question is worded is going to be how you respond to it. I see all these like, will you support Donald Trump or Sleepy Joe Biden? The wording of that is just horrible. So here's some examples. Simple survey questions. As I say, we can get into a whole lot more depth on this. In an opinion essay, you use quotations and statistics to support your opinion. You follow proper procedures for incorporating these, and you show the connection. And that's all for this essay lecture. This is probably it for the semester. I've enjoyed working with you. Good luck and have a good day.